yeah.
Like what your mustache would be like right above the belly button, and then you had like a little goatee below it, and then it like after that it's just hey, I don't know. What up? We back for another week of the Rick and Jordy Podcast. I'm one half of your host, Jordy.
And I'm the other half of your host, Rick. I'm back.
What's good, man?
I'm back for another one. Not much, man. What's good with you?
Hey, nothing much, man. Oh, dude.
Yeah, another year older. That's probably the newest thing. So enjoyed my birthday. Appreciate Anton, Frankie for filling in last week.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, birthday was good, bro. Birthday was good.
What'd you do?
Took a trip to Arizona. Went to the Grand Canyon. Went on a Lower Antelope tour, and then went on a hot air balloon.
What's a Lower Antelope tour?
So Lower Antelope tour was like, I don't know if you've seen on social media pictures of more or less people taking like ladies taking pictures in red rocks. It's like in a canyon, right? And there's red rocks with these lines that kind of just flow throughout the whole canyon, and you walk through there. The Navajo, it's on the Navajo Nation land, so the Native Americans they run the tours and own the land, so they give the tours and stuff and talk about it. So that was dope. Going to guided tour, it's a decent tour. It's like an hour and a half, I think, walking. But yeah, so you just walk throughout the whole thing and take pictures at different spots, and they tell you the history behind it and how it got formed and stuff like that. So pretty much, bro, it's just whenever it floods, a river like rain water, just a river forms and it just converges and runs through through that canyon, and it brings with it like sand and silt and rocks, and that's what hits just rubs the walls and shit, and that's how it makes it smooth, I guess. All those different formations. So that was dope. I never knew anything about it until Latora said something about it.
That's dope. That is dope. Hey, so you said it's on Navajo. Is it Navajo?
Navajo, probably.
Navajo land. Yeah. You have to get like clearance and stuff before y'all go down? Or is it just like
no, you bought tickets, if that's what you mean by clearance.
No, or you mean because is it like reservation? That's what I mean.
It's a lot of reservation land. So you
could still just like walk in.
Yeah, you drive through them. Yeah, the highway, like you'll see the reservations off the highway. It's not like you're driving through a reservation. You would drive through a small town. That's not necessarily a reservation, but you'll see them all throughout, and it'd just be different land owned by the Native Americans, the different tribes and stuff. So that was a beautiful drive, driving through Arizona from north to south. So you drove by the Grand Canyon. The Lower Antelope, that's in like northern Arizona. It's called the Grand Canyon Stairs. It's kind of where the Grand Canyon starts and stuff like that starts forming. It's close to Utah. It's pretty close to Utah. But yeah, so got to drive by the Grand Canyon, visited the Grand Canyon. Driving by it was dope, just seeing it from the highway. But being up on it and in the national park, bro, that shit is so huge. And you can walk up, you can damn near walk up on the edge, to the edge.
To the edge of the canyon?
And just look over.
Did you do it?
No. I kept my distance, but I walked down this trail and there was a little bit of snow on it. And some dude was talking to his tour group, and he was like, you need ice shoes or something like that. He said he wouldn't be walking on the trails if he didn't have ice shoes. And basically he was using me as an example of what not to be doing. And then I was just down there, taking my videos, taking my pictures. I just turn around, look up. This man's in slacks and a button-up shirt. And I'm like, okay, at least I'm in appropriate attire to just be out here in general.
Yeah.
But then I saw his group, and it was a bunch of more or less elderly people or like families. So I
Oh, okay.
think he was being more protective
Mhm.
towards them, telling them, trying to tell them don't go down there, basically. But in the moment, I was heated. I was like, "Why this motherfucker's talking about me?" And I can hear you, and I was quipping back. I was like, "Oh," I walked back up there, and I was walking by the group, and Latour was there. I was like, "Oh, Latour, I didn't have ice shoes. Like I shouldn't have been down there apparently." And I just said some smart aleck shit like that. But yeah, that annoyed me. That definitely annoyed me.
That's funny.
Yeah.
He was sneak dissing whole time.
He was decent, man. Yeah, that ticked me off. But yeah, it was a great trip. Great trip. Stayed in like a tiny home,
Mhm.
or it wasn't even a tiny home. Imagine a shed out in your backyard with
Mhm.
the was it queen size bed in it?
Is it kind of like one of them Amazon things?
Yeah, pretty
Those
much.
Amazon homes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much one of those. Out in the middle of nowhere.
How was that?
Huh?
How was that?
It was dope. It was dope. It was like 30, 40 minutes from the Grand Canyon. So we were kind of glamping. It was more or less glamping. We had a fire pit and all that stuff. Our bathroom was an outhouse. Yeah, our neighbors were like neighbors.
Mhm.
The nearest people to us was like, I'll say 200, 300 yards away. But yeah, so it was pitch black. Got to just when the sun went down, got to watch the sunset. First off, that was dope.
Mhm.
That was really dope.
Cute.
Cute, right? But like one of my favorite parts was the stargazing, just being out there. It was a clear night, just the unimpeded sky, like no, no light pollution or anything like that.
Yeah.
Seeing all the stars. That was dope. That was dope.
Does like, all right, just looking out into the stars, does it make you feel like, not in a bad way, but does it make you feel like small, or like wonder how like big like our universe is?
Yeah, it makes me
Yeah, go ahead.
it makes me wonder, yeah, how big our universe is. And I pulled up a constellation map just to map all the stars and stuff, and just seeing the size of the constellations and shit like that. It's like, and then the different star clusters that are so far away, but you can still see them because there's so many condensed stars in one spot. It's like, yeah, it's mesmerizing. And I'm like, yeah, who's to say that it's just us just chilling? Why not? Why isn't someone else out there looking at their sky, being just as mesmerized or whatever?
That's what I always
Saying,
thought.
damn. Mm-hmm.
It's like, and I don't know. I ain't gonna say there's no way, but it's just hard to believe. It's like, oh, it's out of this huge universe, there's only 6 billion people, 7 billion people that exist. Like, I
Yep.
don't know, But it's true. Is it like it says like the stars, because of how long it takes for light to actually travel to our position? It's like 10 years or something like that.
Light
But
years.
yeah, because it's like there was like basically a star that we're looking at could have already burnt out, but
We're
we
still viewing it.
yeah, like we're looking at a past version of it or something like that.
Right.
It says for the sun it takes 8 minutes. Let me see from starter. Okay, so the time it takes for light from a star to reach Earth depends on the star's distance measured in light years, which is the distance traveled in 1 year. For example, a light from the nearest star system, Alpha Centauri, takes about 4.3 years to reach Earth. Yeah. So yeah, like that. Because I was hearing that and I thought that was just wild to me, because it's like, okay, so basically what we looking at is just what this star looked like 4 years ago.
We're looking at
Yeah.
past versions or photographs of the sky, pretty much.
Yeah, which is pretty crazy, because then, man, that's going to take us into a whole other thing. But then that again always makes me question time, like how time works. And it takes me back to that question I asked as like last year, or when we started the pod. When we did the I think the time travel episode, the first episode, when I was asking, I was like, I wonder, do you think time is all running at synchronous? I guess, is that the word? Like at the same time. So meaning like the past, present, and future are all one time, like not one timeline, but they're happening at the same time. And we're just in this. So you know when people talk about like parallel universes and stuff like that, so like that's what a parallel universe, I guess, in an essence would be like, all right,
Yeah.
this is happening. So like future me is doing X, Y, and Z right now. I'm doing this right now, and past me is doing this right now. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff happens at the same time.
I'm looking up the distance of a light year, 5.8 trillion miles away. So 5.8 trillion miles away. Not in
Not
a
in
lifetime.
this lifetime.
Yeah, it'll take multiple lifetimes to travel that far.
Yeah.
So
Because I think about that, and I think about like, okay, because like you know how we've talked about like deja vu, and what's that thing called? Mandela Effect, right?
mhm,
Like, all those things have to deal with time, right? So like deja vu is just like we've experienced something before. So it's like that's what I mean. Like if something's happening right now, that like while we're sleeping, something's happening while we're sleeping in a future time period. Like that's really going on, and then we experience it at a different time. You know, just like the same way the light is. Like this has already happened, and that's
yeah,
why we feel like we remember it. But maybe we've like hit a wall or something while we were sleeping. I don't know. And then same thing with Mandela Effect. While we believe something was one way, but in the past maybe something different happened at that moment, and then it changes our timeline, but it changes it like subtly. And
mhm.
then we're like, I thought Pikachu had a black tail, a tip
Oh,
of a
is
tail.
that what that? Okay,
Yeah,
like is that?
but in the past timeline, maybe something different happened and the creator didn't make that, and so then in our timeline it changes as we're living it, and we're all now it's like some people are confused by it. Like I wonder if like that's what's happening. You know what I mean? Like what if that were a thing? I guess so to speak. I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly, but
I think so.
yeah.
How how would that information reach us?
That's what I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't be able to put it all together that way. I'm
Mm,
not smart enough to do that. I just question those things sometimes, like when they talk about those effects, because a Mandela effect is clearly a real thing. Not to say that the events are real, but Mandela's effect is a real thing because there are groups of people that remember things a certain way that didn't actually happen. You know what I mean?
maybe, yeah.
So that's a real thing. Deja vu is a real thing because I've had that before, but people have experienced, you know, dreaming of something and then later on it actually happens that exact way. So like these are real things. So then it's like, but why did they happen? You know?
Maybe that's where the term when the stars align come from. So when the stars align, then the alternate universes, maybe that's the that opens up the
Like
telepathic pathways or whatever.
where everything just kind of runs
Yeah,
together.
where it can run together
Mm,
and then get kind of mushed.
that's interesting.
Stars unalign
That's interesting.
naturally.
My bad. I didn't mean to take us too far. Like it was just like because like when you're talking about the stars and everything like that, and I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
it just took me to that moment. You
Yep.
know?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. But
So
like I said, shit, that's one of my favorite parts looking at that.
nice.
And then the hot air balloon, we was pretty close to the stars. We got up to 7,700 feet
Eesh.
above ground level. So that was like what, maybe 10,000 feet above sea level, somewhere around there.
I'm about to say, is breathing difficult at that altitude, or is it just like,
We went up pretty slow, so it wasn't too
oh,
much of a it wasn't too much of a difficulty. Like we were at the altitude of like small aircrafts and stuff like that.
oh, okay,
Um, so it was cool to see the sunrise and then kind of be in the basket and be able to poke your head over and
mhm.
see straight down. That was a little scary, but
Don't
I
look
w-
down.
for real in that situation. So I gave this lady my phone to take a picture. She's gonna reach around over the basket with my phone. I know my heart sank. I know my face said it all. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, don't worry, I won't drop your phone. I'm like, who knows? You might.
Right.
If you drop my phone from all the way up here, I'd be heated. But
Nah,
yeah, that's why I wasn't trying to. After she did that, no one else held my phone.
yeah. He's like, oh, we're not playing that game no more.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
like, no, like no, it's mine. But,
I feel that.
But yeah, man, that was my first proper time being in Arizona. I've been to like Phoenix once for a weekend or so. But yeah, never exploring the state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the good eats? Because I've never been, so
They had some pretty slapping food. We went to this black owned breakfast and brunch spot called Sugar Jams. It was dope. Yeah, it was Sugar Jams dope. There's a whole bunch of restaurants and stuff that we didn't go to, but here. That's all I remember. Well, we went to Steak 44, but I think that's in other places as well.
it ain't out here.
It might be. Turkamana, I think we didn't go there, but that looked good.
What did it serve?
It was like kind of Mexican. It was like a Mexican food spot.
Yeah.
So that looked fire. Let me see.
KCK got the best Mexican food.
Toca Madera, that's what it was called. KCK has the best Mexican food. I'm gonna put it past them. Food was decent. The Mexican food. We went to a food truck out in near the Grand Canyon. That was fire. So,
at Grand Canyon, boy, you did all the scary stuff. Grand Canyon,
it was kind of scary.
The hot air balloon. You did everything that could lead you to the 100 miles an hour.
Right, 100 miles an hour situation, bro. Yeah, I did think about that, and even walking over at that canyon is like you could fall down there if you like, because it gets kind of narrow and you wouldn't think nothing of it. You just kind of walk over the top, but if you slip and fall down, yeah, you're done for.
Ain't nothing to grab. It's like,
yeah, for real.
Yeah,
but,
it always looks nice. Like the pictures when I've seen pictures of people like doing the whole Grand Canyon thing. I don't know, man. Like,
yeah, I don't think I got over my fear of heights or nothing. It's still scary.
Yeah, it just seems kind of high up.
It was. It was. Looking at that.
I don't know. Maybe one day.
It was cool to see, though. It was cool to see.
The pictures you posted, everything looked like it was peaceful and chill. So I mean,
yeah, it wasn't too much commotion.
Yeah,
usually they find quiet spots and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we, spent time by the pool. It was warm out there. It was like 95 Sunday and Monday. So spent some time by the pool.
Hey man, look, that's the one thing that those warm climate states, they can have all that. Like, I know everybody be like, oh man, it's snowing out there. Like, it's 80 something degrees out here. All right, keep it, because when it's summertime and it's 106, 120, and you out there, like, like you could have all that. I'll take the snow because I could work from home. So I'll sit in the house, turn the heat on, got the little fireplace going. I'm straight. And that's cool. I don't mind that. But extreme heat is something that I don't like. I don't like extreme heat. I don't mind a little bit of heat, but extreme heat, because you can't do nothing to cool down except go in the house and be in the AC. Like, taking clothes off doesn't help. You just
at all. You just hot naked then.
Yeah.
You just sweating naked.
Right. Like, at least in the snow, like I could put layers on and be all right. You know what I'm saying? So
that type of heat is different. I wouldn't mess with it. Even being out here is different from being in the Midwest. So the summer, the sun hit different, and that shit sucked.
Yeah, it's
taking shelter from the sun and not going out till it starts setting and stuff like that.
Yeah. It seems like that's like it's the whole summer is pool weather. Like, you got to be in a pool.
Yep.
Side note, I like heated pools.
Even in the hot weather?
Yes.
What?
We went down to, bro, I don't like, I only reason why I learned this because we went down to my uncle's house in Mississippi during the summer, and it was hot, but he has a heated pool. And, he sets the temperature. Yeah. So, but when you get in, it's not freezing cold, but it's not hot.
I get what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like, it feels good. Like, it feels like, all right, when I walk from here to the water, like I'm not like it's not a shock.
Mhm.
I do not like that because it's like, all right,
I guess
when
we
it-
were in the heated pool then.
yeah, okay, yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Then. See,
yeah,
because when you're in a regular pool, like even if it's hot outside, right? If you get in a regular pool and it's just mad cold, right? As soon as you get out, if a wind blows by, you're cold. So now you want to jump back in the pool, but now when you jump back in the pool, your body didn't have some of the heat, so now your body temperatures change. So
yep.
now you got to go back into the, you know what I'm saying? Like
The
you
regular,
keep
yeah,
going from cold to hot, and it's like you got to stay in one spot. But in a heated pool, if the temperature's set right, your body doesn't change. Your body temperature is not like going from one extreme to the next. It's just I'm cool because like I get in and out and I felt good the whole time. Yeah, my in-laws, their pool is heated too. So I
yeah.
like that. Like, stay the same. I'm
Yeah,
not cold when I get out. I'm not like I ain't shivering and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
I don't like that. So
yeah. I feel you there. Then
I'm
I get
bougie.
what you're saying, huh?
I'm bougie now, man.
Yeah, apparently.
As a kid, I don't care, but now as an adult, whatever, it's a difference. Now that you know that they exist.
Man, as a kid, every time I would get in the pool for the first time, I would just jump. Just have to jump in like
Yeah.
cannonball or something, or go off the diving board. Was no easing in because I didn't like that the shock of the cold. So I
Mm-hmm.
just had to hurry up and get it over with.
Well, I ain't got the needs to be doing all that jumping stuff now.
Yeah, same. So I still try, I jump, get up to my neck. Try to get. I don't put my head underwater too much these days.
Oh, I'll do that though.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
I just don't be doing all the jumping stuff. Well, because I can only swim underwater.
Oh,
Like I can't do the on top,
yeah.
like where they be doing head.
Can't just backstroke and keep your head above the water.
No, I can't do none of that. I'm
Gotcha.
not a great swimmer. I can only swim underneath the water, and I can do that well. I can do that. I can do that well enough. Like I said before, like I can do it well enough to a distance.
Do you come up and take breaths and continue?
I don't know how to do that.
Okay.
That's why I don't swim in anything that's not a pool.
Fair. And I'm scared to swim in anything that's not a pool.
Yeah.
Like I'll do it, but I'm terrified of that.
I've done that once, and I felt a drop off. I was like, yeah, I won't do this. I'm sorry. When we was in I don't know, Cozumel
yeah.
or something, and I felt that drop off when I walked over too far out into the ocean or wherever we was in.
Mm.
I was like, yep, nope, I'm going back to shore. Sorry. Everybody else was out there having a good time. And then it's salt water. It was all in my eyes and mouth. I'm like, this is gross. Like, why is this? This is not, I've done it. I'm good. I'm getting out.
Stay. I was humble. I think I might have told this story on here before, but when I was out in Myrtle Beach as a kid, I was on the boogie board and having fun, learn like catching waves or whatever, catching waves on the boogie board.
Yeah.
But I wanted bigger waves, so I kind of paddled far. I paddled further out, and eventually, I don't know, the tide the water took me out because eventually I turned around and I was far as hell from the shore. Like I was a good distance from the shore where Loki kind of panicked. And so I just grabbed the board. Like I remember doing this. I grabbed the board. I tried to see how deep it was. I put my got under the water and then just pulled back up, and I couldn't touch the bottom. Extended my whole body underwater, still couldn't touch the bottom, and that's when panic kind of set in.
Yeah.
But I just grabbed it, paddled back. I can't remember how long it took, but paddled back, got back to the shore. The lifeguard was blowing the whistle. My mom was like, "You didn't hear the lifeguard calling you? You didn't hear the lifeguard calling you?" I was like, "No, I didn't hear nothing. I was just out there trying to catch waves or whatever." Turned around and I was far, and ever since then I was like, I don't fuck with water like that. Like if it's not a pool,
I'm just trying to catch a wave, man.
Hard, bro. I'll try to catch a wave, man.
That wave is about to catch a body.
The ocean's about to catch me for real.
Oh my
The
gosh.
sirens were calling me. No, that terrified me. And ever since then, like I'll get in the ocean, but I don't go too far out.
Hey,
Like, I don't go too far out at all.
remember how we said fear is learned?
Yeah, for real. For real. That's a perfect example. Fuck around and find out.
You're right. Or you better respect that, boy. You better respect the ocean,
Yeah.
boy. Hey, look, look, I don't play with the elements like that. I don't play with large bodies of water. I don't play with electricity. I don't play with fire. I don't play with none of that stuff. None of that stuff that God created.
All the hard ways.
Yeah, that he didn't intend for me to be messing with like that, because he did all that. I don't mess with that stuff. I'm cool. I'll turn on the light switch.
You hit a light switch?
Yeah, I'll hit a light switch. My dad, man, we was trying to put up these lights in my daughter's rooms, in the girls' rooms, and he was like, "Oh, it's easy. You just put the wires on." Like, light pops. I told you I don't play with God. Like, I don't do the electric, because he does that for a living. You know, he messes with all the electricity stuff. I'm like, I don't play with God. You can go and do that. I'll help you. Like, I'll watch or something, but I'm not touching wires. Like, I don't do that. Because all I know is they can shock you. And he's like, "Oh, it ain't gonna hurt though." I'm like, don't care. I don't want to be shocked. I don't care how bad it hurts. I don't care if I'll live or not. I'm not gonna mess with it. Like,
no, I would. Yeah, there's some things I would do, some I won't. But depending on the size of the breaker and the size of the circuit, I probably wouldn't mess with it. Like, I could do a ceiling fan or something like that, or some lights. But I remember, I don't know, I was taking something apart in my room as a kid, and plugged it up, and I touched the screwdriver between the positive and negative right after the power source. So basically sticking a fork in the outlet, right? And I did that. It was big old blue spark. The light shut off and tripped the breaker in my room in the bathroom. And, I was like, "Oh shit!"
You told us this was.
Yeah, I probably did. Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit!" Some stuff you just don't mess with.
Yeah, dog. Hey, man. Hey, look, I don't mess with electricity, dog. Hey, man. That's definitely a no for me. Like, I'll try some stuff with the water. Like I said, mainly pool stuff. Like, I'll play in the water, but I don't mess with fire. I'm kind of cool on that. Like,
all mine.
And then electricity is just a no all around for me. Like, I won't even risk having wet hands around an outlet. Like, my hands got to be dry, bro. I don't even be wanting to touch a light switch with wet hands.
Wet hands, yeah.
In my mind, I still think like, man, what if I accidentally like somehow get shocked because like the little crevice right there? Like, yeah, bro.
It's supposed to be grounded so it don't happen, but
but
who knows?
I don't want to find out. I don't want to find out.
Fair enough. So neither. I wouldn't either though.
Yeah, that's not fun, bro. That don't look fun. So, but because we were talking about last week on here, Anton brought up the point like the dude was messing with uranium with no glove, like barehanded and putting a flathead screwdriver. I'm like, bro, like none of that is happening. First of all, I'm not even doing the experiment. So, even if I was smart enough to do it, I wouldn't be doing it because
count me out.
Because radiation.
I'll be behind a wall.
Dog, I don't stand in front of the microwave when I'm cooking food. Like when I'm putting stuff in the microwave, I don't do that. So I'm definitely not touching that. So
I hate checking on my food in the microwave.
Yeah, for sure. I'm off on the side somewhere into that mud beat.
But that's some people just no common sense or disregard to their a lack of regard to their safety.
It feels like the smarter the person though, the less common sense there is though. Like, or smarter, the more confident, the more confident in their abilities, their common sense lessons, or I don't say lessons. I think maybe they just disregard it because they believe that they're capable of this thing. You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's like thinking if I'm a great dunker, like if I could jump really high and dunk really well, then maybe I could jump over this truck when probably I shouldn't do that because maybe my ability is not that great. And it's probably common sense that jumping over this monster truck, I'm probably not going to make it. And
I'm probably going to go splat.
Yeah. But I do it anyway because I'm that confident in my ability. So it's not even about this. Yeah. But let's go ahead and get into some rabbit hole stuff. So the last time when you was on, we did that man eating tree. But we had a choice between some other ones though. So today we're gonna get into I guess they call Blemmyes.
Blemmyes.
Okay, Blemmyes. They're headless men. Headless men. Basically, here I'll pull up a picture of what they look like.
They're rumored to inhabit remote parts of the world.
Remote parts of the world.
Akaphaloi is Greek. Akaphaloi, Greek, and Blemmyes is Latin.
We're gonna go with Blemmyes because Greek is too difficult for me. Described as lacking a head with their facial features on their chest, much like this right here, which is they were first described as inhabitants of ancient Libya or the Nile system. Oh, hey, there's a book. I have this book. It's called no, never mind. It's called something else. It's not that. Later traditions confine their habitat to a particular island in the Brizone River, or shifted it to India. Where's the Brizone River at? Okay.
No.
I'm a remind me to go back to that. The Brizone River.
The Brizone River.
Yeah. I want to know what they do though. Like, are they? Let me see. Mela was the first to name the Blemmyes of Africa as being headless, with their face buried in their chests. In a similar vein, reports the Blemmyes tribe of North Africa. Oh man, you know what? I already know what this is.
What?
If they
you've heard about it?
No, I can kind of guess what they saw though.
What?
You know how they have like, so you know, like how in like some tribes of Africa or different countries of Africa and tribes, like they have like those big old masks that like it like basically covers up like,
yeah,
I bet they saw
covers up the body.
Yeah.
That could be
in their face or in their chest. I want to see.
In the Chinese, they're described as having no head, with his nipples as eyes and his belly button as a mouth.
That's crazy. I can't find like a good, because I seen some where they be like the mask takes up like the whole body almost. But I can't find any good ones. But I'll just let's do like,
I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
I saw him at the museum not too long ago.
Yeah, it could be something. Maybe not that one, but yeah, they could have been something like this, where it kind of resembles that, because it's like it don't have no neck or nothing. But so it could have been like something like that, like but the mask it usually be like a lot longer than that. You know,
a lot longer, like covering the torso.
Yeah, and then they be like dancing and stuff. But it's like part of like I don't know what it's like. It's rituals and celebrations and stuff though. So it could have just been something like that. Because when they say Africa, I'm like, okay, like I know they got stuff like that. But what was the dude? Yeah, this is what it reminded me of. We talked about it.
Real monsters.
Yeah. It reminds me of Real Monsters, man. This is what they talk about. Basically,
much.
Except he holding his eyeballs, but like basically like the eyes right here is the belly button. That's crazy though.
That's a true monster.
Yeah, yeah, that would be terrifying.
I think the most logical explanations I've found have been from the Age of Enlightenment, where it said, damn it, I messed it up. Some said like some said they could be apes. So apes kind of just sitting with their head down and kind of hunched over. That, I don't think that's accurate though. This is more face on the torso, not top of the torso. Other explanations were native warriors employed the tactic of keeping their head tucked close to the breast while marching with one knee on the ground. Or perhaps they had the custom of carrying shield ornaments with faces on them. So kind of the same with the mask.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Europeans pretty much formally consider Blemmyes to be an exaggerated report about apes. That's what they're saying.
That would make sense, because if an ape came out walking like this,
yeah, then depending on the light,
Yeah,
it could make it seem the face on the torso.
that would make sense. That would make sense. But how interesting would that be though? Because like I don't know how I would react if I actually saw it. Like if a Blemmyes exists for real, like in the way they describe it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what that conversation is like, because like you staring at their stomach the whole time. Like,
yeah. All right, let's not think what the conversation would be like. Let's think, what if everyone was Blemmyes? What would be the benefits
what would be the benefits?
if we had no head and our faces on our torsos?
Because I feel like, all right, let me think about the physical first, right? If you get into a conflict and you're fighting, you're always gonna get punched in the face.
Yeah, that's good. No less face protection.
Yeah. I feel like you're always gonna like, so that means your nose and everything's gonna be like right in here, which is closer to like all of your business. So like you're always gonna smell.
You'll smell. Is your nose? Yeah, your nose close to your armpits.
Yeah.
Your,
Ah man,
Ew,
what would
I
be
don't like
an
this.
advantage of that? Like,
I don't like this at all. I was thinking like no concussions, but then
yeah, okay. So then where's your brain located? Because that means like now your brain is like here, and then you got your stomach, and then you'd have like heart and lungs or something like I mean, I guess you couldn't have it here because your eyes are right here. So that means your brain would have to be up at the top to where your eyes.
All your important organs will still be real close together.
Yeah. And that means, yeah, that's another thing. Like, so now you get into a fight, all your vital organs are right here.
Jumbled up. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't have ribs. Maybe.
Nope, no ribs.
I don't know if you
or could. Altered different version, like ribs that kind of hold your face in place. Maybe that's what the ribs are doing. They're protecting your brain.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, ribs. That's crazy though, actually, because like a skull definitely does a better job than ribs. Because there's spaces in between the ribs.
Yep, you can poke through those.
Yeah, and those things get broken a lot in fights. Like when people boxing and stuff like that, people break their ribs.
If you break your rib and then stab your brain,
yeah, you're done for. Brain bleed, yeah, you're done. Crap, that's a wrap.
Oh, that's another version of decapitation.
Yeah.
What about clothing then? Like you have to have holes in your shirt, huh?
Yeah, so it's like a mask all the time.
Yeah, it's like a mask all the time. So if you have a runny nose, you're crying.
Hey, a runny nose is crazy. Look, cause look, your hands are up here, so you got to keep going like this. Man, a runny nose with your face on your body. That's gross.
That is gross.
Cause you can't wear a shirt. Can you? I mean, you have to cut the eyes out, like you said. You have to cut the eyes and the mouth out and the nose.
Yeah. have a ski mask at all times, basically.
Always wearing shiesties. Yeah. That's gross. Runny nose, bro. That's gross.
Yeah, I don't think there's too many advantages of Blemmyes that body style.
Now, even like, all right, taking a shower. You're always washing your
drowning.
Yeah. Oh, swimming. You're always going to be underwater. You're always going to be underwater.
Damn, that's good.
In a good pool, you're always going to be underwater.
Yep.
How tall can they be? I guess that's something that. How tall are they? Because I can't imagine they can't be 5'5", bro. Blemmyes height, if they have this, that's crazy. Oh, okay, yeah. Blemmyes grow between 6 to 9 feet tall. Goodness.
Damn.
I thought it was 6'9", but it's grow between 6 to 9 feet tall. Though their eye line is far lower than humanoids of the same height who have a dedicated head. Childhood nutrition accounts for most of the variation in height. With their large, wide set eyes, Blemmyes are able to see 180 degrees around them, while looking forward. Oh, so they can see. So basically, like, what is it like? Is it like elephants or is it like deer? What is that?
Yeah, like deer. Probably both.
Yeah, I guess so. If their eyes on the side and they can see.
Yeah, use chameleons.
Yeah. I want to see now. Now you got me curious as to like what are the pros and cons, because the 180. All right, I'll the 180. I'll rock with that, because being able to see, a little further around. Yeah.
What's our vision? Our field of vision right now?
That's a good question. Let me see. In field of vision, field of view in degrees. Humans have binocular view of approximately 190 degrees horizontally and 130 degrees vertically.
Okay. So with 2 eyes, we can basically see 180.
Yeah. Is that how that works? I guess peripheral and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we already do that then, huh?
Yeah.
So then there is no advantage.
But maybe they don't have to worry about moving their eyes as much.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like they can. Oh yeah, because they did say while looking straight, they can view 180 degrees. We can view 190 horizontally and 130 vertically. So
was it 100? Okay,
yeah, 130 vertically. So I guess are they saying like, all right, if I'm staying straight right here, so okay, you're right. We have to move our eyes to do that. They can see with their eyes straight.
Right.
Horizontally, we can do 190 degrees.
Yes,
moving our eyes, but they can do 180. Okay, so there is an advantage. They can do 180 straight. Okay. So dang, so that means if they were to turn their eyes all the way to the right, they can probably almost see behind them then.
In their body.
Oh yeah, never mind. Right. Yeah, that's gross.
They see the back of their, or in this case, they see in their guts.
I guess. All right. So look, if they look like this, because I'm looking at this right here. If they look like this, now I'm looking at like thinking about clothes again. Hey, come on. So if they look like this, you have the collar would be right here. Yeah, they wear like tank tops.
Yeah,
it'd just be tank tops all the time.
It would be V-necks, tank top.
Right. It had to be the deep V's too, though.
Yeah, European style.
But you can't wear no chain. You can't have no type of drip. Like,
yeah, bro, you'll have all the waist beads.
That's yo, you almost got me canceled because waist beads. No, I'm not wearing. Yeah, I wouldn't want to wear waist beads.
Get a Cuban.
You can't wear no hat. Like you just gonna set it right here.
Yeah, no protection from the sun. True.
None of that. Can you imagine? Okay, because look, this one got hair. Look. Can you imagine having braids? That's not it, bro. That's not it. I don't want to do that.
Where does the hair grow from?
It's growing right out of the top of here. It's right out of the neck hole. So it'd be right there. Yeah. See, look, it's basically like, think about like, all right, this is the head.
Yeah.
Your hair would go all the way down here. But if you don't have a head, then your hairline is like right here. It's crazy. Dang, you can't get no lineups though, because where would your hairline be?
True.
That's crazy. It looked like, okay, because look. Oh yeah, look like they wearing like a belt or something, but I don't know what they wearing a belt for. And they got like loincloths
for the bow and arrows.
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're right.
Utility belt.
Yeah, that's whack, bro. How do you shoot a bow and arrow? Like, because don't you have to hold that like at your chest?
Yeah.
So would it be like shooting a sniper rifle then? Like you staring down a barrel? Some of this stuff you can't post to YouTube. Yeah, that's wild, bro. I don't.
Yeah, have you heard of these before seeing them on the folklore list?
No, I haven't actually. I mean, Headless Horseman, but not a Blemmyes.
He don't got a face.
No, he don't. He got the pumpkin.
Yeah, I never heard of Blemmyes either.
That might get you
throwing the pumpkins.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see the advantage, bro. I wouldn't want to seeing 180 degrees looking straight. Not enough advantage to me. And then being 9 feet tall, but your face is on your chest is basically like being 6 feet tall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I want, just because, like you said, swimming. That's a whole nother thing. That's crazy. Swimming, just a whole physical activities, protection wise, like.
And bro, I like when I go to sleep. Sometimes it be cold. Like I like to pull that mug all the way up to my neck.
Oh yeah, you'll be suffocating.
You got to put that mug up right here to your belly button. Like that's it.
Yeah. Your arms be cold.
Right. That's the thing, because that's what be getting cold is like the shoulder area. Like I try to get it all the way up to the shoulder.
I do too.
Yeah, that's done for.
Curl it in.
You're donezo with your eyes on your chest like that.
Yeah. But the biggest one that I didn't even think about, your face closer to all your other body functions. So
yeah, when you sit on the
with
toilet,
that,
boy, basically like your face is in the toilet water.
If you curl over, you
doing push-ups. Like if you do push-ups, what are you working out?
Your face.
You just stretching your face all the way.
Yeah, face and triceps.
Your eyes start bulging. Like, dang, boy, what's wrong?
You said 30 ball.
Them mugs gonna pop out, bro, if you do that. And then if you're doing abs, that's basically like a mouth workout. Pause. That's
a lot of mouth action there.
Yeah, I ain't too fond of this, bro. I don't know about this one. Like they could have, yeah, buddy.
Blemmyes could have came with some heat.
Yeah,
both were kind of
they got
hold them.
Yeah, they got messed over on that one. But that was a valid point, boy. Your nose is right by your armpits the whole time.
Yeah,
like, I don't like that. Because like if I after I work out or something or a long day, I be smelling foul. So I ain't trying to.
And it's not like you can turn your head to get away from the smell.
Oh, so that's the other thing, because like you said, I mean, even if their eyes, like you looking that way, but still to see anything, like, well, you got to turn your whole body.
Oh yeah.
Like, once you hit that 180 limit, you got to turn your body. It ain't like once I hit my limit, I can turn my head. Like
exactly. It's not going to be discreet.
Right.
They're gonna know what you're looking at. Someone, the vicinity.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be one of them, bro. Yeah, I don't see the advantage.
Sucks to Blemmyes.
There's been some things on here that we talked about that I was like, man, I wouldn't mind having that ability. Like werewolves, like they got some cool stuff.
Yeah,
kind of cool. Even gargoyles have some cool stuff, except the turn into stone thing. But
facts.
But
these humans just be myself with no head.
Yeah, I don't like that. I feel like that's a little more inconvenient than anything else, bro. The only advantage is you could possibly grow to be 9 feet tall, but if you grow to be 6 feet tall and your face is on your chest, there's no advantage there.
Just the average at that point,
bruh. If you playing basketball against some humans, your shot is getting blocked every time. Every time, even at 9 feet tall, because your shot is gonna always be
below your face, huh?
Right there. Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to shoot it like that. I mean, you could, but I mean, that would take some practice, I guess. But I mean, shooting it up here the whole time, like you're gonna be right here with it. Get that out of here. Give me that.
Hell yeah. Damn, they can't. Okay. So I was thinking about the football jerseys, like that's you can't really see shit.
The pads.
Football, yeah, you can't turn your head, try to catch, turn your whole body.
I just thought about that, trying to turn and catch.
I mean, it's fucked.
Don't catch with your body. Don't.
Right.
Hey, can you imagine one of them throwing the ball hard though? Like like how the NFL hitting your
throw a bullet at your chest.
In my eye.
It slipped through your hands.
Oh my gosh, bro. The tackling would look crazy.
Tackling would.
Yeah, bro.
Like some type of long appendages reaching over. Like no helmets, though.
Yeah. You don't need no helmets, I guess.
True.
It's just like you said. I mean, I guess I don't know.
Will they have shoulder pads?
That's what I don't know, because I don't know how that works. Like you putting shoulder pads on what? Like you putting them on your shoulders, but I mean your eyes are going to be below that.
Exactly.
So I don't even know. Like I don't know what that looks like. If somebody can draw that and show us what a Blemmyes playing football will look like.
Yeah.
I guess you can chat GPT it, but that just seems like a disaster. I think the best thing with like mainstream sport would probably be like soccer. maybe even baseball. Actually, I don't know.
Baseball might be tough.
Yeah, baseball might be tough. Yeah,
I think soccer. Yeah, soccer's probably best bet.
Yeah,
but who knows?
Closer to the ball.
Can't count them out.
But they
golf.
But you can't turn. I guess you can put your
They say keep your eye on the ball.
Yeah, but you can't keep your eye on your ball because like now.
Oh yeah, because your torso swinging.
Yeah,
but maybe you use that 180 degree. That's when it come in play.
Oh, where you maybe I don't know. Maybe golf would be good. Maybe that would be cool. I don't know. What's now that's a question. What sport like they couldn't be swimmers because like how do you breathe? Like
drowning rates are too high.
Yeah, like you can't turn and do the little Michael Phelps like thing.
Fishing isn't a sport, so fight me if you want.
Fight me if you want. Fishing is a leisure activity.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding, maybe.
Yeah.
Like powerlifting or something.
Yeah. Powerlifting probably be good.
Because you would have a frame to put it on, I guess. Like 9 feet. You have probably a solid frame, maybe. But
arm wrestling,
ping pong
would be dope. Yeah, they would probably be real good at that.
Yeah, pickleball. Maybe tennis, but I don't know. That might be too intense.
Yeah, tennis might work. Yeah,
that might be intense.
The backhand, like if they have to backhand, they're basically blind at that point.
Yeah.
So
this is crazy, man.
I don't know. Any Blemmyes out there? Hit us up. Let us know.
Hey, if they watching this, or how would they watch this?
YouTube in their eyes.
I mean, I'm just trying to picture them sitting on the couch.
Oh yeah, they probably have to sit up pretty straight.
Hey, y'all see this? Rick and Jordy want to talk some stuff.
Talk some stuff.
Be in the comments.
Yeah, and talk some stuff.
We'll send you a hoodie.
Put the hood to good use.
Yeah. Hoodie would be a crazy thing.
That's
bowling. Bowling might be good.
Oh yeah, bowling definitely.
Bowling
would be good.
Apparently archery.
Probably dart. Nah, that's not really but darts they'd be good.
Yeah, darts could be good.
Yeah. Archery, maybe.
What's that called?
Horseshoe,
but the other one though.
Cornhole.
There we go. Yeah. Cornhole, that don't involve a whole lot of
right.
Break dancing.
Can't throw a ball. Break dancing.
Yeah. Old girl did it. Ray gun.
True. No spinning on their head though.
You might be able to do the little thing on the little spot where the neck is at.
True.
Shoulders.
Oh yeah, do the shoulder shimmy on there.
Yeah, hey, Harlem Shake is probably crazy. Yeah.
Visuals of that would be their eyes just oh man.
I don't know, man. I don't know what y'all think. What y'all think sports would be good for a Blemmyes, man?
For Blemmyes, yeah, for real.
It's kind of crazy to think about, actually.
Let's know because we basically every good thing we found a bad thing. So
yeah.
And there's way more cons than pros. So
yeah, y'all list some pros because we're so like there's so many cons that we've listed out. I think y'all go and tell us some pros, man, because
for real
I would like to know them because I just don't see it.
Yeah, definitely.
Having your face on your chest, man. I just keep thinking about getting into fights, like, bro. And then like glasses, like I wear glasses. Like if you ain't got good vision, so now I gotta have a bunch of I gotta wear eyeglasses on my chest, like.
Contacts might be mandatory.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. And again, like, keep getting punched in the face. Like, I don't get punched in the face with contacts or glasses. Oh,
what?
Where would you grow facial hair? Could you grow facial
hair? Your beard would be a happy trail, or your
that's gross. That's gross. See, that's what I mean. Like, I don't want that because now it's like, where does the beginning end? You know what I mean? Like your beard.
Yeah.
That's gross, man.
Yeah.
Like what your mustache would be like right above the belly button. And then you have like a little goatee below it. And then it like after that, it's just, hey, I don't know.
It is what it is. Gross how it grows.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know. Would y'all want to be a Blemmyes, or would y'all think that'd be interesting to meet him or something like that? Because I just don't see the advantages, and I definitely don't want to have to switch places because that sounds gross.
I'm cool on all of it. So that's all I gotta say.
It didn't even say they had like super strength or nothing. It just said they grow to be like 9 feet tall. So they could be just like us, just don't have a head.
Could.
That's whack, bro. That's whack. Okay.
But ready to get in this wiki?
Yeah, let's get into this wiki, man.
All right, cool. Clearly we start at Blemmyes.
Yes, sir. Oh, wait. No, there it is. Okay. I think it's Headless Man.
Headless Man.
Yeah, Headless Man is where it starts at.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, so we're gonna go from there to what?
I'd say let's go there to Grand Theft Auto 5.
Grand Theft Auto 5. Does that have a wiki?
Yes.
It sure does. It does. Here it is. That game was so much fun, man.
Exactly.
It's still going today. That's what it looks
To
like.
this day. Was it okay?
Yep. Okay. All right. You ready? Did we ever play that? Did we play online for a little bit? I think we played online together for a little while.
We might have.
When I had like the 360.
Yeah, it was. I remember when I was playing it online, it wasn't all that yet.
Yeah,
it wasn't
crashing and stuff, and it didn't have all the stuff that it has now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Headless Men to Grand Theft Auto 5.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Wiki. All right. Yeah, it was like I remember trying to get online. That was like one of the first things I tried to do was get online, and then like it wouldn't even go. That was whack.
Straight up. And then I remember when they opened online, it was a freaking queue to log into the server. Get on the server.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Wow. Man, I can't believe that game lasted that long, or it's still going. Let's see. I'm trying to think what the. Man, let's do this. DJ, play my song.
DJ, play this song.
I actually don't know where to go. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. You already got it?
Yeah.
Hey, how'd you get it? Where'd you go to?
All right, so it was crazy. I got lucky. Grand Theft Auto 5, Grand Theft Auto 4. List of video games considered the best. The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, and then Headless Men. So
how did you get from?
So I went to on Headless Men. I went to In Art.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it just happened to have the Legend of Zelda right there.
I see what you're saying.
I was like, wow, that was a layup.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Dang.
Because I had no idea.
Yeah, bro. I was in the United States. I was in a whole nother realm. Okay, that was smart. Sheesh, I should have looked down there a little further.
Yeah, because I was going to go to the gallery first, but I was like, let me try art.
That's super random that they had Legends of Zelda in there.
Yes. What is it? What does it say? The 4 giants who protect the fantasy land of Termina. Legends of Zelda. Okay. So they have characters in a game.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a good one. Shoot, it was actually a good 2 and from and 2, but I mean that was unexpected too.
The wiki, I was blessed by wiki today.
I done lost 2 in a row. I got to tighten up, man.
Yeah, you did lose last week.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Good
Tighten
game.
up. No, thanks. That was that might have been record.
Yeah, that might have been. That was a quick one.
I won't even edit that out.
Yeah, you don't need to
get real time.
See if y'all can beat Rick.
Yeah,
but don't use his method.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah,
but we out here.
Yeah,
ain't nobody gonna. I think that's a record for that. So
yeah, that was pretty quick. We had just started.
Nobody gonna touch me.
I was clicking quick too. But yeah,
it was good. Good to come back, brush the dust off.
Yeah, okay.
With a dub.
See, now I'm make sure I have to win next week. I'm not about to
I
listen.
know. Talking too much shit now.
Yeah, that's my job. Hey, y'all go out there and look up Blemmyes. And again, tell us what the pros are, because we didn't see all the cons. Y'all tell us what the pros are of Blemmyes, and let us know if y'all see if they got any type of powers. Because bro, they don't like they got no powers. Like they ain't got nothing.
Ain't
like
nothing special about them.
Yeah, I'm like, man, jump high, punch hard, something like I don't know. Lift heavy stuff. Like, bro, they look like it seems like they just regular people with face on their chest. But anyways, y'all go do that and then leave some in the comments. Leave the pros in the comments, and y'all tell us also what sport you think they would be good at.
That'd be interesting. What sports? Because there ain't too many. You need a head and a neck for a lot of things we want to find out. So
for sure. Rick, you got anything else for him?
Again, thank you, Frankie, for filling in last week. Appreciate you, bro. Everybody like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification, do the thing.
Get them subscribers up. We try and get to 100 before
say end of the year.
Before the end of the year. We try and get to 100 subscribers. So we about 25 or so away, something like that. Roughly. So yeah. Y'all keep watching the content, share it. Yeah, like Rick said, subscribe, man. As always, this has been another week of the Rick and Jordy Podcast. I'm one half of your host, Jordy.
And I'm the other half of your host, Rick.
We'll catch y'all next week.